One of the things about parliamentary debate is this thing called resolutional analysis. And what happens with resolutional analysis is the government team has the opportunity to define some of the words that are being used in the topic. So for example, if you have a topic of this house should stop the press, they get to define who this house is, right? So it could really be any particular actor stopping the press, maybe stopping the creation of something. And again, press can be defined in a lot of different ways. So the idea of topicality really is to protect the opposition team from really abusive kinds of definitions, or possibly just as a strategic move to make sure that the government team is able to defend themselves against possibly competing definitions. Okay, so topicality it's got a pretty firm structure that we'll see in most cases, so we're going to go over that now. But before we do, make sure that you subscribe right down here to this channel, and also if you want some more resources, this one we're going to leave a couple of the different terms off because on learnparlidebate.com we go over a significant number and there's a lot of text and stuff. It's better to actually read this one. But we'll just explain the gist of topicality here. Okay. So thanks for subscribing to this and maybe giving it a thumbs up too. All right, first thing is the interpretation. So this basically says, here's what this word was, and here's what we believe it should have been. Okay, so here's what this word, or maybe a group of words, here's what they were, and here's what they should have been. Okay, then there's the violation. The violation says this is what the government team said that it was. So, and clearly showing that what the government team did is different than what you believe it should be. Okay, so here's the interpretation, this is what it should be. The violation, here's what they did, and that's different. And then next we have the standards. This is the section that if you go to learnparlidebate.com, under opposition, you'll see a little tab called topicality, and there's a lot more here, so just make sure that you check that out. But what you're looking at here, the standards are basically the things that you're holding up against this definition in order to make it seem like it's the best definition. So for example, like if something is used in a very specific context, like field context could be a standard. Field context meaning like it's used in this particular discipline, and that's really what we're talking about. So this is how it's used in the field, this is that context, so this is the best definition. Okay, but take a look at that. But basically these are the things that you're able to hold that definition up to in order to say this is why we believe it's better. Okay, the last part of a topicality violation is establishing this as a voting issue. You have to explain to the judge why they should vote on topicality. Because it's something that's sort of outside of the debate, right? We call it a priori, meaning that it comes before the debate itself. In other words, you have to agree on what the words mean before you can actually have a debate. And what you're saying by running a topicality violation is that the government team was so abusive with these terms, and they made it so weird with the way that they structured all this, that you as the opposition team, it's actually not fair for you to have to debate what it is that they're saying, because that's not the right or the most reasonable or a reasonable interpretation of this topic. Okay, so you go through those 4 steps. Again, if I were you and I wanted to learn more about topicality, take a look on the website, learnparlidebate.com. There's a lot more there, but I hope this helps you get started. And it's an interesting position to run because it's sort of outside of the debate itself. It comes before the debate. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thanks.